Hey everyone, today we're going to be making resin cloud earrings. I just grabbed this little bar of soap and put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds to get it nice and soft like so. Be very careful though, don't burn yourself. And then that way, once it's heated up and kind of fluffy, you can make these little cloud bits just by using a popsicle stick and kind of separating it into little pieces. I've seen some people use clay, some use soap. I just personally like the look of the soap, and then the first thing I did was put a little bit of UV resin in and then my clouds, cured that, and I did this in about probably 4 layers, just doing little bits of UV resin and then putting in more clouds. That way it has a layered effect and it really does look like a sky. And when using UV resin, don't forget to flip the mold over to the other side and cure it from both ends while you're doing this to make sure it's nice and solid. I know that some people like to tint the resin blue, but I just find every time I try to do that, it turns out way too dark and you can't see any of the clouds in, so I just decided to keep them clear. After quite a few times of curing this in layers, I popped it out of the mold. Here's how it looked. And just to make sure the resin was very cured, I stuck it under the light for a couple more rounds, and then I lightly sanded the top of it just because there was some excess resin. And I accidentally over poured, so the bead hole was covered, so I just used my small drill bit to open that hole back up. That way we can turn these into earrings. So here's how I did it, but I'm going to show you a more in-depth video in this next clip here and really explain how to do this. So using 20 gauge silver wire and some round jewelry pliers, it's kind of hard to explain in words, so I'll just show you what I did. I kind of wrapped the wire around the jewelry pliers a bunch of times to kind of create the end piece of the earring. I don't know what to call it, the bottom. I just kind of eyeballed this part and cut a little bit more, and then I put this silver through the cloud earring and then repeated that same twisting motion for the top so that we can eventually attach this top piece to a jump ring and then attach that to the earring. Just make sure that it's nice and tight so that everything stays together. And now I'm just adding the jump ring and then adding that onto the earring hook. I loved doing this project, and I like that UV resin cures. Each layer cures in a couple of minutes rather than epoxy resin, which cures in 24 hours. So it's nice to kind of have a resin project done start to finish within maybe half an hour. Thank you for being here with me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Thank you again, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!